1, 2, 3, 4!
From the Riffs! Welcome to From the Riffs. Today you're here with Carmen Belair. Big Will's not here on this one because he had to go home before the last day of the open house. I'm here with Joe Bergman. He's came in early. He's helped Kevin and the guys set up everything. He's been working for days to get this underway. This is the final day. My voice is a little harsh because of it. But Joe's been going through this whole time, you know, selling stuff, running stuff. He's been getting guys from the airports. It basically, you know, things would fall apart if him and a couple others weren't doing what they were doing. So we wanted to get him here, ask him, why are you going to go through all this effort? You know?
I got to say kudos goes to Kathy Simmons, because without her, everything would fall apart, literally. Basically, my feeling has always been, and a lot of fans always ask, hey, jump in a game, and come on, join us for a game. And I say, hey, who's going to sell you nachos if I'm in a game, right? And I'm kind of one of those on the sidelines type of guys who doesn't really gain much if it's not connected to a console or PC, but I am a huge fan of Kevin's writing style. I love riffs, have ever since 1990. I just consume the books to read and have in my collection. So actually, after 20 years, it's gotten to the point where I actually can do a little bit of consulting for riffs, which is kind of cool, because I've read it enough and I know
where everything is.
I know where everything is. Actually, when I was first in the Air Force, I was telling a bunkmate about it, and he's like, wow, you make it sound like it's real. So as far as helping out, what I think is just absolutely critical is some people that can really make the event better for everyone and allow the staff, the Palladium staff, to have FaceTime with the fans who have come all the way out here. So I come out from Sacramento, California. I live there. And it's not a bad flight, it's a couple of flights. I come out here, it's a day's travel out and a day's travel back. I usually like to spend a couple of extra days after everybody goes home to kind of hang out with Kevin, Wayne and Kathy, and see Julius and Alex and everybody, and just kind of hang out for a little bit, help clean up and everything like that. But it's really, it's really important to me to be able to help out. So I've been to every open house so far. I plan to be to every one, however many there's going to be.
Now, how did you, from the first one, when you came in the awesome Dead Boy, and by the way, guys, I'm going to make sure I film a piece of the shot of that Dead Boy and put it in here. He made a custom full-body armor that he wore the first time, and it's been on display ever since, and it's amazing. How'd you go from doing that as a fan to like deciding that no, I want to help Kevin as opposed to just hang out with him? Well, like, that's a pretty big step.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I mean, I'm setting up my table, and the first thing you do when you walk by, I'm setting up this elaborate table, and the first time he walks by, Carmen, you need anything? You need anything? No, I'm fine. No. Yep. 2 minutes later, you need anything? No, I'm fine.
Right.
I got it.
Yeah. Right. And I mean, actually, what a lot of people don't know, I've been really, really lucky in the fact that my history with Kevin and Palladium goes all the way back to 1987. And at that time, Robotech was really big. Kevin had put out the Macross source book and the Master source book, and no Invasion book. So a good friend of mine, me and my good friend Paul Johnson, had built a transformable Robotech Cyclone costume. As far as I know, it's the first that was ever done. And I was desperate to get some information on how to build this thing, and I wound up building it, showing it at the high school costume contest, taking some pictures, sending it to Kevin. And I didn't hear back, and the only reason I didn't hear back from him in 87, 88 is I didn't leave my phone number. So I went to a payphone just outside my neighborhood in South Napa, and I called. Actually, I called information, and then I called the business line here, and I talked to Kevin. And then he called me back at my home. We talked for about an hour. As soon as he got on the phone, I talked to him. He says, "You're the Cyclone Psycho," and I said, "Yeah." So we got to talking. We became friends. I flew out to Gen Con in Milwaukee at the Mecca Convention Center in '88, and got to hang out with him at his table and did a little bit of helping out, and so I gradually got to know everybody on the staff from then.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've been in touch with Kevin ever since, over 20 years now, and once he decided he wanted to do the open house, I was very interested, but I could see that it's so much work for the staff, which is small, to, first of all, it's Herculean to organize, and it's a monumental amount of work for Kathy to do all the great food and keep everything kind of organized. And I just thought, you know, it's so easy for me to run the register, help people out with anything that they need at the register, take care of the concessions and help out, you know, check the trash, try to keep the bathrooms somewhat maintained, just kind of keep things flowing. That's really easy for me to do. So
now, just so everyone knows, like, you're not getting paid for doing this.
No,
You're doing it all in your own time.
No.
Are you taking your vacation or something to come here and do this?
Well, and because it helps Palladium, I pay for every nibble of food I eat here. So if you see me eating something, I paid for that. And I paid for a few of you that wanted to do $2 on a credit card transaction. You know who you are. Anyway, yeah.
Like this, is this your vacation? Like, is it your actual vacation?
This is an
time?
actual work vacation, yeah. And I tell people know it. I'm going to Palladium. It's a working vacation. And yeah, you know, it's 6
now
days.
that's dedication.
Hey, yeah. Hey, I work for the Japanese, so I mean, this is a vacation. It's definitely a vacation. But
well, do you have any pictures of the cyclone that you originally had?
okay, well, I'm glad you brought that up because if my memory serves me correctly, you know, 86 was some M41 pulse rifles and a couple of dress downs as Colonial Marines, and regrettably no pictures of that exist. But then 87 was the Cyclone costume, and then 88 was the RDF flight helmets.
Yep.
Kevin has one of those. 89 was the revised CBR3 armor with actually the high-heeled boots, not the flat-footed ones that I originally had. And thanks to Kevin, I was able to engineer that to exact specifications because he gave me some model sheets. That helped
Really?
out. That was huge. You know, some of that wound up, I think, in the RAF field guide. Then I had a big break because I was spending 10 years trying to get my engineering degree and do the Air Force and all that fun stuff. And then, of course, in 2007, I did the suit, quote unquote.
Yep.
And actually, oh well, in '89 I did do the man-size Veritech suit in Battleoid mode. So all those things, with the exception of the Colonial Marine suits that we did way back, I have in a file that I PDF'd, which is actually, I think it's 20 or 30 pages long. It's the making of the Coalition armor. It has a lot of the equations, how I did it, how I did the surfacing. It's very picture intensive, so there's lots of eye food. So if anybody wants that, I am happy to give it to you. Ironically, Wayne Smith sent me an email last year, and it just I get most of my email traffic at work, and I get an email from Wayne that says sending out the Berg signal, and I opened it up and I said, "What's this?" Well, apparently a young man in his 20s wanted to build a Cyclone armor suit for himself, and so he had contacted Palladium to get in touch with me. And I had to do that through Facebook, and I don't have a Facebook account yet.
Yeah.
So I had to track him down through Facebook, and I got him the information that he wanted. But yeah, I'm happy to give that to anyone who wants it.
Do you think we can get some pictures to flop in here so people can see, like, all the cool stuff you've done?
Yeah, I mean, the neat thing is all those pictures of all those items I talked about, they are in this PDF. Kind of as a historical.
Does Palladium have it?
Kevin may have a PDF of that somewhere, but I can definitely send it to anyone who wants it.
How does someone get a hold of you to find out about the stuff?
Just shoot an email to say Wayne Smith, and he can bounce it to me, and I can. That's just easier for me because if I have to do all this through Facebook, I'm just.
So you have to ask Wayne.
I'm still kind of old-fashioned. I'm getting there. I'll probably get a Facebook account.
All right.
At
Well,
some point.
We're almost out of time. Like I said, we all have to thank you. You helped get this thing off the ground, and it was awesome. Everything here was fun. I had a great time running stuff, and I couldn't have done all that if I had to do other stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, my thanks is to all you guys for, stalwartly supporting Palladium, and, the fans who are always awesome to me. I mean, I wish I had more time to, do dinners and lunches with you guys. I kind of see, I kind of realize, you know, from running concessions, like, well, hey, people are gaming, so, you know, it's tough, but I always enjoy seeing you guys every open house. So.
All right. Well, that's it for From the Refs, from Carmen Belair.
Joe Bergman, thank you.
See ya.